Hey everybody and all you YouTubers out there. I wanted to make a quick video. This is Crazy Dave. My channel is Davy Boy 1970. It's been a while since I made some videos, so I wanted to touch on a subject that's a crisis right now up here in northern Minnesota where I live. The temperatures have been very cold. We've had some temperatures down 25 below zero in the last couple of weeks. Wind chills getting down as low as 50 below zero. And the governor called the state of emergency. And what's going on right now is the big topic is propane fuel. For a lot of people up here depend on propane to heat their houses. A lot of people have like 500-gallon, 200-gallon, 300-gallon tanks out in their front yard and then piped into their house, and that is which heats their furnaces. A lot of people run their hot water heaters off of propane. Some people still have propane stoves for cooking. Okay, well, I myself only use my propane for my furnace. And being that I have such a large place, it's huge. I don't know what the square footage is, but it's very large. I mean, it's 2 levels, it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 3-car garage. Very well insulated, but yet I run propane for heat. So there's a major crisis going on right now in Minnesota to where, and even Wisconsin is suffering to where people are unable to get fuel because they're saying that there is a shortage of LP fuel because so many people are needing to get it because of the weather being so cold in the last couple weeks. Fortunately, yesterday it was 25 degrees, so it's warmed up a little bit. But what's happening is basically a price gouging. And last winter, the highest the LP fuel was up to, I think it was like $1.79 a gallon. So you're looking at, to fill up a tank, you're looking at what, $600, $700, or whatever that would be calculated out to fill up a 500-gallon tank. Well, now there's been price gouging to where the prices have actually jumped up in the last couple weeks, all the way up to $5 a gallon. And some places are even higher than $5 a gallon. So you're looking at almost $2,500 to fill a tank. Okay. And a lot of propane companies like mine, when you call up and order fuel, you can only do a minimum, and a minimum is 200 gallons. They won't come out and just put 100 gallons, and they won't come out and just put 50 gallons in. They'll do a minimum of 200 gallons. The last time I had them come out, because that's all I could afford, was 200 gallons. The price was at $2.54 a gallon, so it cost me about $508, roughly in that area, to put in 200 gallons. And I thought that was ridiculous. And that was 2 weeks ago. That was on the 20th of January. And now it's the 29th, 30th of January. And the prices are actually jumping up to $5 and $6 a gallon. And I'm reading on my social media pages, on my Facebook pages and things, that people are making a lot of comments and talking about they're unable to get fuel. I have a friend of mine that right now they're almost out of fuel. They have almost no fuel, and they rely on the propane to heat their house and to run their cook stove. And they can't get any. They actually called their gas company, and they said they can't get any because there's a shortage. They're not delivering it to people because there's such a shortage. So it's almost like they put a freeze on the delivering. Well, what are people supposed to do? I mean, how are people supposed to survive? I mean, you rely on fuel to heat your house. So what are you supposed to do? And the problem is people are unable to get it, so they're not heating their houses, and therefore their water pipes are going to end up freezing because it's so cold, because without the heat, their house's temperatures are dropping way down to freezing. Their water pipes are freezing and bursting. Well, then you're looking at thousands of dollars in repairs to have somebody come and fix your water pipes if they break. There's people out there that are going out and shuffling around, buying up all the electric heaters, to plug in electric heaters and run those in all as many rooms as the house as they can just to try to keep the temperature up. A lot of people are turning their furnaces down. I'm kind of a freeze baby, so the last winter and earlier this winter, I'm used to keeping my furnace at about 70, and it feels comfortable to me. Well, I'm having to turn my furnace down, like last night, and then today I turned it way down to 65. Well, there's people out there that are turning their furnaces down to 60 or less, just enough to keep the house somewhat warm to where the water pipes won't freeze to conserve on the fuel. I also heard that the government or the federal or something has well, how do I say this? Put in like a couple $1 billion to fund grants for people that can apply for fuel assistance, because that is the nice thing up here. We do have what they call an energy assistance, to where you can apply for energy assistance to get a grant. You'll basically just get a free grant to pay for your LP and your electric bill if you need it. But the problem is a lot of people don't qualify. It's basically made for people with lower income that can't afford their electric bills or can't afford fuel to heat their houses. So then you go to a place called Lakes and Pines, and then you apply for a grant, and you can either apply for either emergency, and if it's emergency, they'll try to get it within a few days or a week. If you're not in an emergency, you can apply to get a grant, and it can take up to 6 weeks to get to if you're rewarded a grant. So that's another option, but that's only for people that you have to be below a certain family income, depending on how many people in your house. There's a calculator online that you can calculate the amount of people that live in your house, and then whether you can get a grant or not. And I checked yesterday, and it's a one-person household for a single person like myself. You would have to make under $5,000 something a month in order to apply for a grant, which that's kind of a lot, but still, it's there for people. As long as you meet that bracket, you can get it. So a lot of people are going around grabbing extra blankets. That's what I've been doing. I've been, sleeping in my, running around the house in my little flannel robe and extra t-shirts and, flannel pants. But it's comfortable now. I look at my furnace now, and I've got it at 65 degrees, and it's comfortable. I can deal with that. So, but I'm just really worried and stressed out of the fact that if I'm at 40% right now, and if this continues in the next couple weeks, I'm going to be needing fuel within another month. That the 40 is not going to last me but another month or so. I'm freaking out that what am I going to do? How I can't afford, just to put a minimum of 200 gallons, and that's over $1,000. There's no way that anybody can afford that. I don't have that kind of money laying around. I mean, I could try to get a grant, but I don't know if I'm going to get one. Because I can imagine that there's so many people out there that are trying to get a grant, and so many hundreds and thousands of people that are piling up just to try to get emergency assistance. But that's not the problem. The problem is they're not delivering fuel to people. And if they do, they're actually putting your minimum down to 100 gallons. They're only giving people between 100 and 150 gallons at a time. Well, who can survive off 150 gallons of fuel? I mean, that's going to last you, if you cook and you heat, that's going to last you maybe a week or two, maybe 2 weeks, unless you turn your furnace way down. So it's just a subject I wanted to talk about. And if anybody has any opinions or anybody knows any more that you want to talk about, or please comment, please share the video, please like the video. I'm going to try to get back on YouTube and start making some more videos. I've got a bunch more that I'm going to be loading up in the next few days, some about my car and things like that. So, all right, it's Crazy Dave, Davey Boy 1970. I will be seeing you guys in the future. Thank you.